Well, what's going on, everybody? How we doing? Would you look at that? Oh, that's gorgeous, brother.
Oh, mate, I think that pork tenderloin, provolone cheese, slices of ham in there, and then black pudding, smoked at 120. How's that, mate?
Oh, that sounds heavenly. Hold on, let me turn my leaf.
Yeah. Oh, mate.
Aren't those beautiful? Hey, for breakfast, not so bad. So up here we measure our steaks by our coins, right? So you got a loonie, it's roughly an inch and a bit, right?
Yeah.
So these are two loonies thick.
Two loonies thick.
That's how we like to do it out here. It's fantastic.
Nice.
Cheers.
Nice.
Thanks for having me on.
Cheers. Oh, thanks for joining us, mate. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, no, I've been excited all week to have a yarn to you, mate, because, very special guest. You're, maybe introduce yourself a little bit. There's a little bit of a story on the post, but Mel, and then how do you say your surname? And tell us a bit about your barbecue and where you are with your barbecuing.
Oh, for sure. So my name is Mel Schmiller. I'm from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. It's -8 Celsius here right now. We're just dipping into winter, so that's why I'm not wearing the robe, because literally it's like freezing. It is what it is. I'm a journeyman welder up here in the oil field. I've been cooking my entire life for the family, for the boys at the shop, and this just took off. That's where my heart's at. My heart's in the meat. My heart's over the pit, and Big Green Egg caught me. I caught their eye a couple of years ago, and now I'm on the pro team with Big Green Egg. I fly down to Atlanta. I cook for Eggtoberfest. It's deadly. It's an amazing team. Have a blast. And yeah, this is where she landed me. So Instagram's been taking off. My YouTube slowly been building that. She's a hard mistress at YouTube, but we're getting there. So
yeah. Jack, he's a bit more of a YouTuber. I like the Instagram. I just like pictures and be done with it, you know.
Oh, for sure.
I like. But yeah, so you're also a KC barbecue judge. How does that work, mate? And what does that entitle you to?
Oh, it's the best job in the world. When you walk in there, they walk you right through everybody, right to your tent. They make sure your chair's all lined up, right? You got your wet naps. They make sure everything's laid out right there for you. And all you have to do is sit there and very patiently, this brisket sucks. This brisket's fantastic, right? These ribs, not so bad. I like the pull. And you just go, it's insane, because if you think of like a barbecue competition, a KCBS certified barbecue competition, you've got the highest grade Wagyu briskets. You've got the best pork ribs, the thickest. These guys have been doing this for their entire life, and they're hand picking all of these pieces of meat. And the ones that hit your plate are the ones that they deemed the best of the best of the best of the competition. It's a no-brainer. If you get a chance to get on that KCBS judges circuit, you're not bringing a trailer, you're not bringing a pit, you're not bringing your friends who are going to drink you out of house and home. You literally walk in there with your little bag, your to-go bag, set it down, eat the best of the best, and then out you go. It's amazing, man. I absolutely. This is how cold it is. My beer's freezing already. Can you believe that? Can you believe that already?
I've never seen that before. I've never seen it freezing. That's insane. Oh, but if you're a KC barbecue judge, right, does that mean then that you just judge at KC, or does it also then mean that you can judge in other competitions, like around in Canada or wherever? I'm not sure of the whole thing, but
so the KCBS system is across the world now. There's a competition in Italy. If our borders didn't get shut down, there's a huge chance that I would have been flying to Italy in January,
right.
Not only to compete, but So
I know the that.
What is that? The what?
The Butcher La Cana Fasanga. They're the big, Italy's biggest Wagyu import.
Oh, there you go. Oh,
absolute legend. Absolute legend.
So that popped up out of nowhere. They were saying we have a KCBS sanctioned event in Western Italy. I was like, what? Like, how do we get on there? And then my buddy Ted, he's like, we got an invite anytime. And I was like, what? Like, how do we get on there? And then my buddy Ted, he's like, we got an invite anytime. And then my buddy Ted, he's like, we got an invite anytime. And then my buddy Ted, he's like, we got an invite anytime. And then my buddy Ted, he's like, we got an invite anytime. And then my buddy Ted, he's like, we got an invite anytime. And then my buddy Ted, he's like, we got an invite anytime. And then my buddy Ted, he's like, we got an invite anytime. And then my buddy Ted, he's like, we got an invite anytime. And then my buddy Ted, he's like, we got an invite anytime. And then my buddy Ted, he's like, we got an invite anytime. And then my buddy Ted, he's like, we got an invite anytime. And then my buddy Ted, he's like, we got an invite anytime. And then my buddy Ted, he's like, we got an invite anytime. And then my buddy Ted, he's like, we got an invite anytime. And then my buddy He's like, you want to make that hike? I'm like, for sure I want to make that hike. Let's go. But with the COVID, we can't leave our country, right? We're all locked down. So it is what it is. We missed this one. I've missed so many events this year. I'm not even getting started. Today's a good day. Let's, I had invites to the Royal. I had invites to, it sucks, man. It sucks. But it is what it is, right? Next year's going to be deadly. I can't wait to hit the ground running. I know you guys were just talking about Eric Geipart, right? I seen him in Toronto last year. He was supposed to be here this year too, but everything fell apart, right? He's a neat little unit. His eggs are the wrong color though, by the way. Just gonna throw those out there. But whatever, it is what it is. It's yeah, I love it. Love it.
Nice. Yeah. Oh mate, no, that sounds sensational. Yeah, no. I'm a complete and utter amateur, mate. I'm a backyard guy. I try different things, you know. Just give it a crack. Gadgets, you know. I got me EX6 smoker, kettles, gas. Got another. To be honest, I like cooking over open flame. Nice bit of open flame, you know. Wood fired. Flip a nice big steak on if you're what's the name of your coin again?
The ribeyes? Oh, the loonies, yeah. Measuring for loonies, that's right. No, that's, you got to have them thick for sure. This is I don't know, everybody's an amateur.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised, man. Some of the best guys, like the brisket kings of the United States, right? That's all they've ever done is cook brisket. You throw them a rack of ribs, and they're going to be like, So really, you think about it, the backyard guys are so versatile, man. Like me yesterday, I cooked a tagine, oxtail and chicken curry in a clay pot on the big green egg, right? And they're like, how do you, I don't know, I just try. You just keep trying, and it works out most of the time, and there you go, right? Lunch beers, no big deal. Tastes fantastic, no one's complaining. And that's how you get skilled, right?
Yeah, no, I have to agree. That's all I do. I just keep trying, mate. Well, what do you got there, Molson's?
Budweiser. Budweiser with Clamato juice because it's breakfast in Canada. That's, yeah. Cheers.
Yeah, no, I'm exactly the same, mate. I just give it a go, give it a try, read the recipe or read a few recipes because you always on things. And then if it doesn't work out, make it into a pie.
Yeah, that was my selling feature with the briskets. Everyone's like, oh, they're too expensive. Why would you try learning on a brisket? I said, worst case scenario, and this is really bad. You've got the best chili you've ever eaten. How can you go wrong? Like, really, how can you go wrong? You have the best chili or nachos you've ever had in your life. How could you? And everyone like, I've never thought about it. Well, of course, it's not scrap. It's scrap if that's all you were eating, but brisket has like infinite options, so it's for sure not.
Okay, so people are asking, where are you from in Canada? We're in a place called Alberta now. That's on the west. Tell us a bit about Alberta.
So Alberta is essentially the second Texas of Canada. We're the prairie land out here. There's not much for hills. Yeah, no, Alberta beef is world renowned. It's amazing. It's very near and dear to our hearts, quite literally. So, oh, nice. That's beautiful. Fantastic. And yeah, this is what we do out here. We do oil and we do beef, and it is quite literally a lot like Texas. All of our trucks are 2 feet higher. Our guns are a little bit longer, right? Everyone's hunting everything all the time. Everyone's camo print everything, right? It's a neat place to grow up. I'm born and raised. If you watch hockey at all, the Edmonton Oilers in the 80s, that was like the dynasty. I grew up with those boys. You'd go to the restaurant and like, there's Grant Fuhrer. You'd see Wayne Gretzky at the mall. Like, it was insane. This was just how we grew up out here. So I absolutely, we don't hate the French. We don't hate the French. We just like to ridicule them a lot. That's, yeah. See, they're all popping up now. I love the French. Don't get me wrong. They make great food. Is nice. I like the food.
Yeah, no, because oddly enough, I've got some cousins and they're in Ottawa. And I think there's one of my cousins, she's Genevieve Levesque. And, so they're on the French side of things, so we can you know, feel free to give them a good bit of a ribbon, you know.
Exactly. You know what? If your feathers didn't ruffle so often, we probably wouldn't pick on you so much. How about that? That's that's truth. Truth hurts. It's I love it. I love it.
I must admit, one thing that sort of got me into this, I'm Australian, you know, but I moved over to the UK 20 years ago, okay, and then, you know, for only really for 5 years, I had the sort of backyard in London to do the barbecue, right? And so that's when I started the Instagram, and it started to grow and everything, just started trying everything out. And, you know, I was just sort of more like steaks, prawns, things on the gas or on the charcoal grill. That was about it. Then the whole thing introduced me to all of these, you know, smoking and skits and ribs and all that stuff I'd never heard of before. But one thing was, I went up actually for my cousin's wedding, or one of my cousin's weddings in Ottawa. Just happened to be at the same time there was Rib Fest in Ottawa.
Oh, yeah.
That's when I thought, I'm going to do more of this barbecue. That's what Canada is responsible for me to really kick my ass and getting into it. Because when I did that Rib Fest, you see the like trucks lined up down the mall there, and they've got like the 3-story banners and like walls of trophies and stuff. You're like, this is insane. So yeah, that really spurred me, mate. You know, was Canada. So Canada's really got me into barbecue, mate. So a big thanks out to the Canucks.
Oh man, if you're basing anything to do with Canadian barbecue on a rib fest, you need to go to a KCBS barbecue competition, man. Because those once you go to the real competitions, you see those rib fests, half of them are like carnies. You know what I mean? Like they're, yeah, you know exactly what and you know what I mean, right? You go to an actual competition and you see like they're cooking whole hogs for fun, for like a side trophy that they're working on their own kind of thing. Like experts in every level, and they're just laying it out there, and you can walk right in there, right into their area, and they're like, look, we're using this special mustard that we got from a farmer's market, and we're rubbing everything down with this because the smoke's really sticking to it. It's amazing. Like the 10 minutes at an actual barbecue competition, you will learn more than you would watching YouTube in like a month. It's crazy. And like it's so much to hold on to. So before I became a judge in the KCBS circuit, I was like a hang-around. I didn't have the money to buy the trailer, and if I do anything, I do it pretty big. So I kind of just held back, right? So I kind of held back because I didn't want to buy a fifth wheel and the whole 9 yards. I was just tinkering with it. So I'd go, and I had friends on the circuit, so I'd go sit with them, help them out a bit, whatever, just watching, learning, right?
Way to do it, isn't it?
Oh, it's a culture. It's the culture of the thing is just, it's amazing. And that's my heart is like tied right into there. Like it's you can't beat it.
It's endless too, isn't it, mate? Like, you know, you look at the barbecue and then I start to look at stuff there's a Brazilian lady, she's been watching here. She's just won Brazil's Master Chef, right? And she's a top barbecue too. So she knows asado and down there. I've been watching those guys as well, right? It's endless what can go on in barbecue, right?
Oh, yeah.
But I've got to come over and do some of the KC barbecue bit. But next year, is there anything planned or too early to know what's going on here?
It's way too early to put any finger on anything right now, man. This is chaos. Like, we're not sure if we're going into the second wave yet, or, you know, there's no vaccines. Who knows, man? It's like a movie. I don't even, I just mind my own little yard here, and, you know, like, you just carry on, right? So you were talking about the asado. I built my own asado pit.
Yeah.
I actually have shipped up from Argentina an entire short rib rack, bones removed.
Whoa.
Yeah. So it's just the meat, 2 inches thick, almost 3 feet long, right? And I'm gonna tie that to a meat cross and do that live fire from an angle. but I'm waiting for it to snow so I can send this video back to the boys in Argentina. It's snow in the back, but I'm still standing there in my robe doing it to this live fire in the snow, right? It's going to be deadly. I can't wait.
Oh,
so
mate, hook me in. I'll be there. I'll be watching, mate. Watching.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one. It's going to be a really good cook.
So then from a barbecue point of view, what do you have a favourite thing you like to barbecue, mate? What's your favourite meal?
Oh, steak and seafood, hands down. It's always been steak and seafood.
Yeah.
You like cast iron seared scallops, right? Big fat tiger prawns done on a skewer. A nice ribeye or a fillet. Yeah. Just raw, like blue rare, right? With a little drizzle of garlic butter, we're done. That's it. It's
yeah. Right. Well, I think we're connected in some way, you know.
Yeah. No, that's. Everyone always asks me what my last meal would be.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember James Gandolfini. So the guy who played Tony Soprano, right?
Yeah.
His last meal, I think he went out with his son. He ordered like 6 shrimp cocktails, the 40-ounce. He had like 3 bottles of wine, and then he went to his hotel and had a heart attack. I'm like, so he knew. He just knew, and that was like because that's quite literally. If you told me for sure this is your last meal, well, you better believe. Like, you got that A5 on the menu? Yeah, bring 3. Let's get that going. Let's. Yeah.
I'm with you, mate. I'm with you. So what's the meat like you get there then? Like, because you're saying it's sort of like beef country up there. It's cold. I thought the beef like could warmer weather. You know?
They're fine in the snow. They're totally fine in the snow. Yeah, it's yeah. All of our cattle outside -40. It's -40 Celsius. Like, it's cold. It's cold.
Sorry.
What's that?
Sorry.
No, sorry. Yeah, no, it's so cold that if you see them with their twisted horns up here, when they're fighting, they bruise their horns, and then the blood freezes in their horn, and it causes it to drop. And then summer comes and it thaws, and then the blood starts pumping again, but the horn is already formed. So that's how we get those crazy horns, because it literally freezes and drops down from gravity. It's crazy.
Oh, mate, it'd be nothing worse than blood freezing in your horn, mate. I can tell you.
That's it. You got to keep moving. That's the or drinking. That's the word.
Well, I suppose now you mention it. My favourite bit of steak is an Angus, which is Scotland. That's a bit cooler there. I like me a good 35-day dry aged piece of Scottish Angus, mate. That's just. I like a dry age, 35 days, maybe 60 days.
Yep.
Do a bit of dry age again, or is it all, you know? Or is it all? Oh.
That's 65-day dry age.
Oh my God.
65-day dry age, and that's also Canadian Angus. So that's your same black Angus.
Nice.
And I know it's 65-day dry age because I have a meat locker in my basement. I'm not even joking. I dry age almost everything. I love it.
Right, really?
When you cook as much as I do, man, you have to learn these tricks and skills. You have to do it. I buy whole primals, right? And then I set them up in the racks and I dry age them myself, tag them. I know what days. I just did 3 more whole primals after Easter here, or after Thanksgiving. It was yeah.
Mate, wow. Well, I hope some Monday you're in London, mate. I'm going to tell you some really cool stuff here too, mate.
Oh, I was told if I ever went to the UK, I'd never come back. So I don't know if I'll ever make that trip. That's they said, no, the pubs never close here. I'm like, that'll be a problem. That'll be a huge problem. That's
well. At the moment, they have to close at 10 o'clock at night, and you're only allowed to go with people from your household. So at the moment, you're only allowed to go to the pub with missus.
Oh, wow. Well, that's not so bad. Start her off with a shot or 2 right off the bat. You should be okay. That's wow, you're really good at playing darts. That's butter the biscuit. That's it. Yeah, I love it. No, I have quite a few friends from the UK. Guys I work with from Glasgow, right, all through Scotland, and then I'm trying to think, Sheffield,
Sheffield, yeah, in the middle of it. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, so you know, whatever, good drinking buddies, right? Yeah, have a blast with them. And they like sausage rolls, black pudding, all of that, man. I love it. Mushy peas. I'm down, man. I'm down for all of that.
Look at this stuff. This is what we cooked up a little bit earlier. I don't know.
Oh, look at that, eh? Yeah. Yeah.
Fresh blood black pudding. It's one of the only people in the country that makes it using fresh blood. This stuff.
Oh. Yeah, that's fantastic. So they were like, I don't know if you're gonna like this. It's kind of weird, right? And I'm like, don't worry about me, man. I eat chicken feet and cow stomach. I'm fine. I don't give it. Whatever you got, let's try it out. If it tastes like crap, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Done. Oh, it's perfect, man. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Sorry, mate.
The blood sausage is probably one of my favorites. So underrated, man. So underrated.
It is, mate. It is. It's just like, you know, I had a burger then with a bit of haggis, you know, and then but I'll be having you know, some more a bit later. You know, it's really good with bread. And then it's going to be lovely in that tenderloin there that I've made. That, you know, spices with some green beans and that sort of stuff.
Nice. That's one of the funny stories. The helpers, the kids that come in from the farm fields, right? And then they want to be a welder, they want to be a pipeliner, they're helping us out. They're, you know, green, super green, but it is what it is. And one of my Scottish guys, he was telling him about the haggis. He says, oh, he's about 3.5 feet tall. They got really big teeth, and they're really hard to catch. You got to sneak up from the back because they got no neck. I'm like, what are you talking about? And the kid's like, and these just stay in Scotland, right? Like they've never got out of there. I'm like, oh, here we go, man. This is, yeah, it's hilarious. And the poor kids, they're like, what is it? Like,
there it is there.
Nice. Nice. Well, believe it or not, they do all that up here. The Robbie Burns Day, the whole 9 yards. It's a big deal. It's pretty cool.
Sweet.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think on that note, I might. I've got 1 can of beer left now. Bit of a pork line here going. Is there anyone you could give a bit of a shout out to or say hello to, or any questions for anyone out over here in the UK?
Yeah, anything? Anybody got any questions for me? Nothing? All I got to say is go see my YouTube. Dark Side of the Grill YouTube. Please, go see it. Because I need it. I love it. I know, it's such a tough one, man. That's like Instagram, whatever. I love it. It works good, but the YouTube is a tough one. And I want it to take off because I really like putting them out. That's the
Oh, mate. All right. Well, after this, we'll download this and we'll send this around. I'll send this over. We'll get it all posted and linked up and all that sort of good stuff and everything there. But yeah, really good to have a chat to you, mate. Really lovely to meet you, mate. I can't wait to come and see you at a KC barbecue event sometime, right? A proper, real big barbecue.
Awesome, man. Greatly appreciate it. Thanks for this.
And thank you so much. Appreciate it, mate. Thank you for taking up your time and getting early. Hanging out in the dark, in the cold where your beer's freezing, mate.
Great on, man. Thank you.
All the best, mate. Have a great weekend.
Cheers.